I am a retired Air Force colonel, and I experienced many firsts in my 28-year career, including surviving the attack on the Pentagon on 9/11. However, no first in my life prepared me for my first year with Howie. Howie was rescued from a puppy mill in Missouri and brought to Colorado along with 21 other dogs. If you're not familiar with puppy mills, they are large-scale breeding farms where dogs are kept in small wire cages without attention or proper medical care. The breeding dogs and their puppies, who are usually sold to unsuspecting dog lovers through pet stores, newspaper ads, or online, end up with severe psychological and/or physical trauma. And so it was with our Howie. Golden Retriever Freedom Rescue, or GRFR, graciously took Howie in, even though he was one of the worst cases of puppy mill abuse they had seen. He was underweight and his lower teeth were missing, either from chewing on his cage for 2 years, or they may have been filed off by the miller. Yes, people who own puppy mills actually do that. His foster family worked with him daily for many long months, just to be able to do the most basic regular dog stuff like put on his collar. Regardless of his past, something about Howie's soulful golden yellow eyes told me he was the one. So my husband Doug and I took a chance and adopted him. This was our first time adopting a puppy mill dog and was just the beginning of a series of firsts. The first night with Howie was a shock. He leapt our 4.5-foot fence with ease, and just as we were about to start combing the neighborhood, returned stealthily through the fence gate. It turns out that the fight-or-flight reaction is a natural instinct for dogs that have been caged and neglected for their entire lives. We were grateful and relieved that Howie somehow decided that we could be trusted. We spent those first few days discovering how deeply troubled Howie was, and felt helpless to deal with his special needs. He was scared of everything and missed the security of his foster family's home. He was testing us. GRFR suggested we clip his leash to our belts and have him follow us around the house. An amazing little suggestion that put Howie on track to becoming a well-adjusted dog. Going on walks seemed almost painful and frightening for Howie. He had never been outside of a cage to experience pine trees, squirrels, deer, and all the wonderful smells nature has to offer. The first time he stopped to sniff, 6 months after he'd been with us, was a momentous occasion. Howie was also frightened of doors. He learned to use our dog door to get out fairly quickly, but he took a while to master the concept of getting back in. The first time Howie came in the door by himself, we were elated. The simple act of feeding treats to Howie was a major undertaking. He was too fearful to take anything from our hands, so we had to put them on the floor and leave. Don't dare look at him. The first time he took a treat from my hand was better than winning the lottery. Guests were another issue. We kept Howie's leash on him by the front door so people could say hello, which he endured with his head down and his tail tucked between his legs. As soon as we took his leash off, he dashed for the dog door and stayed outside until our friends left. The first time he not only stayed around but actually went up to our guests to sniff and nuzzle his big goldy head in their hands. All of our hearts melted. We've experienced many rewarding firsts with our Howie these past 4 years. The first time he jumped in the back of our Jeep by himself. The first time he came upstairs at night by himself to go to bed. The first time he came to greet us when we got home from work. The first time he nuzzled his big golden head in our side while we were walking. Now we call Howie our ambassador. No matter where we go, from the beaches of South Carolina to the dog parks of Colorado, everyone asks about Howie. He's inspired others to adopt puppy mill dogs and have their own education of firsts like we did. Has he inspired you?